Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share a very special guy with you all. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably met him already, but this is Marvel. He's my baby and I love him. Yes, so I got a dog. It was kind of a spur of the moment thing, but we'll talk about that in just a little bit. I've been getting a lot of questions from you all on Instagram about different things, about like the process, how I got Marvel, what it's been like having a puppy for the last month, how have I been training him, what is he eating, all of that good stuff. So today, you and I are gonna get to know my sweetheart who is eating my fingers right now. I'm trying to talk to you guys. And we do tend to match daily. And if this is your first time here, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video if you care with anyone who is interested in getting a new puppy, Marvel. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into it now. And yeah, let's do it. Marvel, goodness. Okay, so before we get into today's video, I actually have a sew-in in. I probably do a sew-in like once a year, but this is actually hair that is a part of my raw hair line that will be launching early next year. So I don't have a wig link for you today, but you guys are always more than welcome to shop at meandmostyles.com with the code YouTube to save money off of your next hair order. So now let's get into this guy over here. Okay, so I'm just gonna go over some of the questions that I've been getting the most on Instagram about Mr. Lhasapoo. I call him Mr. Lhasapoo because that's Marvel's breed. He is half Lhasa Apso. Where are you guys? He is half Lhasa Apso and half Poodle. So Marvel is only going to get up to somewhere between 10 to 15 pounds. He's actually 9.5 pounds right now. And he has kind of slowed down. When I got him, he was 6 pounds. That was about a month ago. And he was about 10 weeks old at that time. Since then, he has grown about 3 pounds. So they did tell me though that his breed is the type to grow quickly in the beginning and then it kind of starts to slow down over time. So he will be somewhere around 10 to 15 pounds. As you can see right now, he is in a teething stage. They say that teething starts around 3 to 4 months, so he is right on time with that. He definitely prefers my fingers to any other toy, which can be a little crazy at times. Sometimes we be fighting. But you know, that's what comes with the territory when it comes to getting a puppy. But yeah, so let's go over some other things. But yeah, we can go over some other things that I've kind of learned over this last month or so with having Marvel. So the first question that I got was, why did I get a dog? So everyone knows that I am a very busy woman. I have an online boutique. I have a salon. So getting a dog was, well, for one thing, I've always had a dog. So let's start there. I've always had dogs. My family, we're very dog friendly. And I actually had my family dog. He passed away back in March and he was about 13 years old at the time. So I knew that I wanted a dog, but I was a little reluctant to getting one right away. When I went into the pet store, I saw Marvel. Someone else actually had him. You know what, give me 1 second. I'm gonna get him a different toy because this one is clearly not holding his attention. Hey, let's try Mr. Bear. So yes, when I got Marvel, I was just walking through the pet store in the mall, and when I saw him, somebody else was actually holding him, and I was just like, I just thought he was the cutest little thing. And I asked them if they were gonna get him. They said no, so I was like, you know what? I don't know, something about him was just calling me. I took him into the room, we played around for a little bit, and I was sitting there, I was like, what would I even name you? And I don't know, I think it was the way he was kind of zooming around in the room. Like as soon as he got in there, he was just going crazy, flying around. Marvel is a lot of energy. A lot of dogs his breed, if you know, honestly, I'll tell you that some breeds are more hyper, some breeds are calmer. It really comes down to the dog. My dog is more hyper. They say that the dogs kind of take after the owner anyway. So of course I'm gonna have a hyper dog who needs a whole lot of attention. you know, he's a fire sign too. He's a Leo. So we be in here having a little ball. We do. But yeah, so I did get Marvel from the pet store. That was another question that I get a lot. Where did I get my dog from? I don't know. This was the first time I've ever purchased a dog from a pet store. I've always purchased my dogs from the pound or from the animal shelter. So this was the first dog that I've ever purchased from a pet store. Marvel does have his papers. He did come from a breeder, I think in like North or South Dakota, something like that. Or in Idaho. I would have to look at the papers, but he's not from Arizona. So Marvel got flown out here to a pet store. He was there for about 2 weeks before I got him. He had been through a lot in those first 10 weeks, you know? So one thing I will say, I spent a lot of time here at home with him the first couple weeks. I really didn't go anywhere. I'm grateful enough that I could take that time to spend with him because, you know, with everything that he had been through, from being separated from his litter to going to the pet store, being separated from the dog to the pet store, now he's in this new home, all of that happening within 10 weeks. I just kind of wanted him to really get acclimated, and I think that's what played a major part in me being able to potty train him so fast, which is one of the questions that I was getting to, like, how is potty training? Marvel is potty trained. I mean, we have a couple accidents here and there. Usually it's on mommy. See, he just loves mommy's fingers. Yeah, so potty training. So Marvel was potty trained in a week. I can link the video that I used as a reference to how I was able to get him potty trained so fast. This girl on here, I believe her name is Rachel. But yeah, I'll add that video, the link to that video below. And yeah, potty training is still a little, I mean, he's pretty much good at this point now. When we go to sleep, he can sleep with me through the night. Those first couple weeks though, I was getting up because I get up in the middle of the night to go to the restroom. So when I would get up, I would get up with him and I would take him to the potty pad, and he would go on the potty pad. Another tip that they gave me when it came to potty training was that you should never let them go wherever they're going if it's not where you want them to go. So I was very much on top of him that first week. Like, if he was not on that pad, I was grabbing him. It didn't matter if it was number 1, number 2. If he wasn't on the pad, I was picking him up. So I do think that that played a major part in getting him potty trained. The biting and the teething was another question that I was getting a lot from other puppy owners. And as you can see, Marvel is still teething. He's still nibbling on my fingers. Honestly, the teething is a struggle. Look at this. It's a struggle. I mean, thank goodness his teeth aren't as sharp as they were when I first got him. I tried to like tell him no. But you see this dog, he don't care. Maybe I'm not hitting him hard enough. I'm probably not the greatest authoritarian. I'm not gonna like whoop my dog, unfortunately. I was able to get him potty trained without whooping him at all. Marvel has never received a whooping, and I don't plan on whooping him. The nose tap does what it does, but ultimately, you know, once we figure out how to get over the teething situation, I'm hoping it'll go away once he's just not teething anymore and he's got his grown-up teeth. A few of his teeth are loose, but he hasn't lost any yet. So we're still in the middle of the teething process. If you guys have some tips for us when it comes to teething, please share them below, because it's a struggle over here. His feeding schedule. So Marvel eats 3 times a day. I gave him about 1/3 a cup of food, and we'll mix in a little bit of wet food with that. So he's eating. He's a growing boy. So we gotta eat, okay? And yeah, he does pretty good with that. If he doesn't finish his food, I'll usually pick it up until his next meal, but he's pretty good at finishing his food. So yeah, so I did get Marvel from a pet store. He was a little suspensive. But after everything that I have been through with my last dogs, I just wanted some sort of security with this dog. Marvel did come with 2 warranties. He has insurance as well. This dog is more covered than my car is covered right now, okay? So with that, I just wanted to make sure that we were starting off on the right path. and I liked what the pet store offered in regard to coverage for him. So I purchased him from the pet store. I have got my dogs from animal shelters before in the past. And one thing that I did notice, I don't know if it's because they fixed them so early on, because I got puppies from the animal shelter, but they did have a lot of anxiety. And that is one thing I will say Marvel does not have. If I leave the house for 5 minutes at a time, or if I put him in his kennel, we are in the middle of kennel training right now. He's not too much of a crier. Like, he'll whine maybe for a minute or two, but he stops. You know, he's a little soldier. He is a little soldier. A little crazy soldier. A little crazy soldier. But yeah, so I don't know if the fixing the dog so early is what plays a part in why are you acting up while we on camera? You are never like this. Okay, I guess he's done. So Marvel's gonna take a little break. Oh, kennel training. So yeah, you can hear him right now. He's in his kennel. He's drinking his water. That actually, I think, played a major part in why it was easy for us to, sorry, I just bit my tongue. Why it was easy for us to get him kennel trained. I started off, again, this was tips that I had got from the other YouTuber. I started off with feeding him in his kennel, and his food is still in his kennel right now. He drinks out of a little, let me see if I can show you guys. So he drinks out of a little sippy cup over there, okay? In his kennel, he has like a little chew toy that he keeps in there, and his food bowl is kept in there, and that is pretty much it. Yeah, so when it comes to him and his kennel, he's very comfortable in there. And I try not to keep him in his kennel too long. So if he spends time in his kennel, it may be for an hour, it may be for 3 hours. It took me a while to get around to putting him in the kennel. I purchased it the day that I brought him home. He probably, aside from him eating in there, he probably wasn't in there for more than mealtime. He probably wasn't in there for more than mealtime in the beginning, which I was okay with. I just wanted him to get used to being here at home with me first. Now, if I need a break, Marvel goes in that kennel with a quickness. And I'll put him in there for anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes to, I think at the most that he's been in his kennel right now is like up to 3 hours. I've also been told that this is a great way to help him with his behavior. I don't know how true that is, because this dog gonna do what he gonna do. Okay. We haven't started training yet. That was a question that I got as well. Toys and training. So Marvel has a ton of toys. A ton of toys. Like, we've got Mr. Bear. This is like our road dog. Mr. Bear goes everywhere with us. Mr. Bear goes in the bed. Mr. Bear goes in the kennel. Mr. Bear goes on the road with us when we're in the street. Like, Mr. Bear goes everywhere. And I like that because this particular toy, it has like a little rope in it. So when he gets into his little teething modes, in regard to training, Marvel and I haven't started training yet. So that's still in the works for us. This video, this is Marvel, this is YouTube. Yes, so toys and training, lots of toys. We've got balls. We have little games that we play, like he has this mind game. I'll show you guys the mind game. So this is a brain game that we play where we will I put the toys in here. I close it up, and he has to like slide these across to get to the toy. You see, he thinks, or to get to the treat. I put treats in there. We got this on Amazon. I was told that brain games actually tire dogs out more than playing with them all day. So if you have a puppy and you feel like he's just full of energy and he's never gonna stop running around, get him some brain games. I promise you, it makes a major difference. When Marvel's done with that, he's ready to take a nap, which is great for me. So I try to be very strategic about when we play brain games that have treats in them. When it comes to eating, we also do sometimes use feeding time as our training time. So Marvel knows sit. He knows Let's see if you want to act right. Sit. Sit. Good boy. Good boy. Yes. So Marvel knows sit. He knows lay down. We're working on place. Oh, yesterday we learned high five. Let's see if he'll do it. Let's see if he'll do it. Marvel, high five. 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 See, we're still learning. We try to use mealtime as training time. That seems to be working pretty well for us. And if I don't have time to train him during mealtime, then I just feed the dog. You know, he's only 3 months old. I don't expect him to be a baby genius, even though he is a baby genius. But I try to make sure that I am giving him his attention when he needs it. Let's see, what else? Fun time, we kind of talked about that a little bit. We haven't really been outside yet. Marvel doesn't have all of his shots yet. So when we do go outside, he's not spending a lot of time on the ground. He was around a lot of puppies when he was at the pet store. So he is a very friendly dog. He definitely does love other dogs. He doesn't really care to be pet too much. I noticed, like, if I pet him, he's like, get off me. But then he does this. See? You see? I don't get it. But I don't know if maybe that has something to do with him coming from a pet store. Maybe people were just petting him too much or something. But my dog does not like to be pet. Aside from that, though, when we're out and about, I'm pretty much carrying him around. Once he's fully vaccinated, then we can start to do some more outings where we're going to parks or playing outside and things like that. Because I live in an apartment, I'm not really comfortable with training him outside. So we do all of our training in the house. Bedtime, we're very strategic with our food when it comes to bedtime. Marvel, we take up his water around 7 p.m. And that's just so that he doesn't feel like he needs to go pee too much throughout the night. Oh, hello. Hi, honey. Hello. Hello. So it's so that he doesn't feel like he needs to go pee too much through the night. I try to take up his water early. He takes his last meal at 7 p.m. And then I give him his first meal around like 9 a.m. So Marvel does fast for a little while. But that's fine because he's still growing and he's gaining weight. So I know he's doing okay. Yeah, that's pretty much how bedtime goes. Sometimes he sleeps with me. Sometimes he sleeps in his little puppy bed. It's this little fluffy pillow that we got from PetSmart. It's nothing crazy. And oh, the last thing was grooming. Grooming in bath time. Oh, see, you hear that noise? We don't really like bath time so much yet. We're working on it though. Marvel did actually catch something at the pet store when he first came home. So unfortunately I had to give him a bath every day for like 3 weeks. So he's a very clean dog. Okay. We're still working on like grooming. One of my clients, she's a groomer. So she told me not to really focus too much on grooming him just yet, you know, which I'm cool with that. I just like to try to keep his hair out of his face so that he can see. Aside from that, I love his little baby fro. So I'm probably not going to cut his hair for a little while. And yeah, bath time isn't too crazy. He's doing pretty good with it. I just try to make sure when it does come to bath time that I towel dry him really, really, really well before we move anywhere else around the house. And that seems to work pretty well for us so far. And those were the 10 questions, the top 10 questions that I got about Marvel. When it comes to his price, I know that was another question that I did get a lot. I don't think I mentioned that. Marvel was a little bit more coming from the pet store. If you want, and then also too because of his breed. So these poodle mixes are very, very popular right now. Everybody loves the little fluffy dogs, you know. He gets a lot of attention when we're out and about. And so I do think that that also played a part in how much Marvel cost. However, I'm pretty sure that if you were to go through a breeder yourself, that's going to save you money. Or if you go to, if you go to animal shelter, again, I decided not to go the animal shelter route because all of my dogs that got from the animal shelter had some form of anxiety. Again, I do think that had something to do with them being fixed so early. So I haven't fixed Marvel yet. They said that's something that we can do right around 6 months. By that time, he'll be fully vaccinated. He'll have all his puppy shots. So we may go that route then. But I would strongly suggest that you go with whatever feels right to you. So if you're going to get your dog from like a friend, you know, or someone off of the street, just try to, you're not really going to know what type of dog you're getting. Even though Marvel was sick when I purchased him, he also came with a warranty. So everything I had to pay for in regard to his sickness is coming right back to me. So I was really thankful for that as well. And just knowing that he's protected throughout his little puppy journey is very comforting for me as well. But yeah, I think that is all of the questions that we have. Marvel. All right, and that is everything we have for today about Mr. Lhasapoo. Please be sure to follow him on Instagram. He does have his own page at Marvel Lhasapoo. And if you haven't already, please be sure to follow me on Instagram as well at MiaMoStyles. And give this video a like, a thumbs up, and a share. Please, 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 if you care. I'm going to go feed my puppy before he eats my finger. And I hope that that answered all of your questions about getting a new puppy. So you'll be seeing us very, very soon, if you haven't already, on the gram. And yeah, you want to say bye to the people? Say bye, baby. Say bye.